I'm Abrielle Millett for BYU-Idaho Radio, and I'm here today with Jon Lewis, who's the Parks and Rec Director, and we're here to talk about the Carousel Kickoff that's coming up very soon. Before we begin, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and this position that you're in, and then we'll get into the event that's coming up.
Yeah. So as you stated before, my name is Jon. I grew up in southeast Georgia in a place called Statesboro. Closest big city is Savannah, Georgia, that people would know. Came out here to go to school at BYU-Idaho in 2014. Really loved my time out here. So once I went on my mission and came back, I finished my schooling here. Graduated in 2020 and got my master's in 2024. And I've been back in Rexburg working over the past four and a half years for the city of Rexburg, and kind of worked my way up the ladder and became the director here a couple of years ago.
That's super cool. And I guess another little question, what do you enjoy especially about Rexburg?
I think there's lots of things to enjoy about Rexburg, but for me, it's got to be the people who are here. I'm a people person. I love to talk. I talk a lot. People tell me that all the time, but I just love being able to connect with people in the community and building meaningful relationships. And kind of coupling that with my position, I'm able to just kind of do a number of things.
And for this event that's coming up, it's on May 29th, a Friday, from 4 to 8 at Porter Park. This is an annual event, right? To kick off the summer. Can you tell me what people can enjoy with the Carousel Summer Kickoff?
Yeah, so this event does happen every year, at least every year that I lived here. Even when I was going to school, this event was going on, but it kind of marks the beginning of summer for the community, so to speak. So typically with this event, we'll have our splash pad up and running. Obviously, the carousel will be up and running. We have a DJ that comes in, plays music, as well as live music that will also kind of be here doing a couple of different things. And then we also have a traveling zoo that will be coming. We have bounce houses that'll be here. And this year, instead of doing a rock wall, we'll kind of have mini golf in the area. And then we have a couple of local vendors who will have informational booths, kind of, spreading word about either their business or a program that they run. And then we also have the farmers market that is a part of this event, and they have a ton of food trucks who come. So there's lots of good food and drinks and different things to try, as well as crafts too. We have a lot of people who sell crafts at this event. So it's one big community get together. This is probably one of the bigger events that we throw for the public, and we see a really good turnout. I think with it being located at Porter Park is really inclusive with the college students, because we want these kids to be able to come out here and just kind of see what kind of things that we have in the community. Because sometimes it's hard to do that as a student. When I was a student here at BYU-Idaho, I rarely did anything in the community. So it's a great opportunity to include the students and let them know what we have here.
Yeah, it's a fun crossover. There's definitely, in my own personal experience, there is a lot of college students who definitely go to Porter Park at any given moment. So I love that that it is such a collaborative communal event. And why do they call it the Carousel Kickoff? Is it because that's when the carousel opens up, or what started that?
So I'm not sure, like all the history in it. Yeah. I've only been running this event myself the past couple of years. But like I said, typically it earmarks the start of summer. Once the kids get out of school, they're able to come to the carousel all day long. I would say just highlighting the kickoff of that facility being open, as well as our splash pad too. And they get a lot of heavy usage throughout the summer. Anyone can drive by at any point and see a ton of kids on a hot day, enjoying both facilities.
Yeah. And you mentioned there'd be a couple of like booths at the park. what kind of, I guess, informational booths can one expect?
So it's mainly, local businesses trying to, find ways to get the word out about what they do into the community. So as part of these people who sign up to be a vendor for our event, they have to provide a free activity for the community. So a lot of times it'll be like games. I've seen people play cup pong, and get some different prizes from places. And then we've even had our booth where we've done it to where, we'll give out free tickets to come to Rexburg Rapids. But the main point of it is to be able to have people come up to you, show them what you have to offer, and then hopefully you can pick up some people who want to come and participate in whatever it is that you're doing. And a lot of our participants have had really good success, whether it's with us or it's with the farmers market as well.
Yeah. And you said this year something different is the mini golfing that will be what, I guess, where are they going to place that in the park, like in one of the streets around? Or?
No, it'll be inside the park. So when people show up, we'll have a map that will kind of show where everything is at, and we'll have an info booth and everything. But yeah, typically we had the rock wall in years past, but somebody beat me to reserving it for this year. So yeah, we went with mini golf instead, which is still a fun way to get people involved. And honestly, you might get more people who would want to do that. I know a lot of people don't necessarily like to get on the rock wall because they might be scared of heights, but it's still a fun activity that we can have people participate in.
Yeah, and this event is for everyone, right? It's for the community, for the families, for the kids. Who do you think gets most excited for this event?
Probably the little kids, honestly. This event's always packed with people ready to jump in the splash pad and also getting on the carousel. We have all the bounce houses, so the little folks love that. I have 2 kids of my own, and they like participating in those things. So I think the people who are the most excited are always the little ones.
Yeah, for sure. I know that, I guess, a lot of people don't quite realize that carousel is there. Do you know how long it's open once the event takes off?
Yeah, so we open up, was it Memorial Day that's coming up? So typically somewhere around there. But obviously the Carousel Kickoff is when it'll open, so it's the week after Memorial Day. And typically it stays open all the way up until Labor Day. And depending on how nice the weather is, sometimes it gets extended because that is temperature sensitive. So
That's true. And does someone run it? Because I know I've been to other carousels where like you pay a quarter or something. Or is this one?
we have staff who run and operate the carousel. This one is one of the oldest ones in Idaho. It's over 100 years old. Yeah, it's definitely seen a lot of guests over the years, but we do have staff who operate that throughout the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I have some friends who are curious if there's like an age limit. Could you be a college kid and still go on it?
Yeah, we have college kids that still get on the carousel and ride it. So
I feel like it's definitely a core childhood memory to ride a carousel.
Yeah.
So it'd be fun even as an adult. Do you have like a favorite part of this event?
Ooh, I think honestly my favorite part is just seeing the satisfaction of the community afterwards. It's a big part of what I do. Part of the reason why I went into this field is to be able to give back to my community. So I love seeing smiling faces at the conclusion of it. Obviously, there's a lot of work that goes into it, and you're very tired afterwards. But it's really gratifying work to me, and I would say that that's probably the biggest thing that I like the most is just seeing people who are happy and enjoying the event.
Yeah, I love that. Is there, how would one get involved? You said it was a lot of work to put on. Is there a need for volunteers for this event?
So typically we do a lot of it in-house with our staff, but we're always open to volunteers. my class that I teach up on campus, I give them extra credit based off of volunteering opportunities they get in the community. But yeah, we're always very welcoming of any volunteers that can help us out. But for the most part, we keep things in house just because we've been planning this all together, since the last event when it happened.
Mm-hmm. Where would you go to put out at least like, oh, I would like to be a volunteer or a volunteer for future?
Yeah. If anyone wanted to volunteer, either at this event or other events, they're more than welcome to reach out to the Parks and Recreation Department. You can either ask for me, Jon Lewis, or you can ask for Parker Anderson. We're the ones who kind of run a lot of the events here in the department. So we have a lot of students reach out to us, and we try to get them involved as much as possible. Parker's really good at it just because the events that he puts on are a very large scale, and they have a lot of moving pieces.
I guess what is, besides, kicking off the summer, what is, I guess, the purpose of this event? What's like the real, I guess, drive to have this event for the public?
I would say it's nothing that's really extravagant, but the biggest purpose is just to bring the community together. Rexburg is unique in a lot of different ways, and I didn't grow up here in this community, but I've heard stories of people talk about how much they love being here, and I think once I had children and I've been able to kind of be a part of that and see it, the community focus and the family aspect here is something that's a huge plus in living in this community. So I think when you have something like that, I think gathering is naturally something that people here like to do. And we do have a very strong community here, a strong sense of community. And just getting everyone together, I would say, is the biggest thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun event. I feel like I've been to in years past, maybe not necessarily knew what the name of the event was, but it's definitely fun, even for those who might not hear about it, they'll see it. So it's definitely exciting to have that like in the heart of Rexburg and have everyone participate and be a part of it. Is there anything that you like to add in promotion of this event or in the future?
I wouldn't really say I have anything extra that we want to add, but I mean, we are looking for ways to continue to expand this event and, kind of add some excitement onto it. So hopefully we'll have some exciting things as we continue to do this event each and every year that we can have for the public to enjoy.
Yeah. I guess what is an idea that you would like to in the future see at this event?
Yeah, one of the things that I would really be interested in instituting, and I've actually had this conversation a few times, but having a dunk tank out there and having our city council representatives come out and, they can get dunked by the community or, different things like that. So it's always nice when our local leaders are able to be out in public and to show their faces and interact with the community. So, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds super exciting. And this event, again, is May 29th, Friday, and it's from 4 to 8 at Porter Park. Which is what streets is Porter Park located?
I mean, it's right next to the Cove, which that street normally gets closed down because that's where we put all the food trucks at. And then the street that's kind of next to like Jimmy John's and Deseret Book. Yeah. I don't know the exact name of the street off the top of my head, but that's where it is.
Yeah, we're excited to have this kickoff event, and it's definitely a fun Rexburg tradition. I'm Abrielle Millett for BYU-Idaho Radio, and today I've been here with Jon Lewis, who is the Parks and Rec Director, about their Carousel Kickoff, which is happening May 29th from 4 to 8 p.m. at Porter Park. Thank you so much for speaking to me today. This has been exciting and fun to learn more of what to expect for this event.
Yeah, you're very welcome.